This is a tutorial for realworldmath.org. I selected this resource because it contains pre-made activities that utilize Google Earth. It is also user-friendly. The purpose of this technology is to provide students with real-world applications of math concepts. The target audience would be students as well as teachers. There is a whole section with lesson plans and ideas specifically for teachers. Okay, this is what the home page looks like. There are lesson downloads that students can access. There are videos, tutorials. We're going to go in under the teacher lessons, and I'm going to choose one on area. There are some directions on this page for teachers, some instructions. Some of the activities contain worksheets or additional downloads. This one doesn't happen to. We're just going to click on this and go directly to Google Earth. Okay, once we're in Google Earth, this is what we'll see. We have three separate problems, a corn problem, a soybean problem, and we're going to start with the wheat problem. So I'm going to double click it. Should zoom in. It takes a little bit of adjusting sometimes. Okay, I'm going to do that once more. Okay, so once we get it adjusted to the size we want, I'm going to click on the question mark, which has some directions. It tells us to find the area of the field that's marked, and we're going to measure it to the nearest hundredth of a mile. So we're going to use the tools up here. There's a measuring tool up here, and if I click on that, it asks me what my units of measurement are going to be, so students will need to select that if it's not already in the correct measurement. And then I'm going to click on this end, and I can use my tool to get a measurement for this side of the field. When I have written that down and have what I need, I can just hit clear and I can keep marking, keep measuring all sides. I like that this provides a real looking problem that isn't perfectly uniform, so it's a great problem for students. Okay, once we get the area figured out, then I'm going to go to part 2, which has further instructions. And this one asks us to estimate, we're going to determine if we should plant wheat or soybeans, and so it walks us through some steps. The first one is setting up a proportion to calculate, to convert square miles to acres and find out how many acres he has. Then we're going to calculate a price for how much the bushels of wheat, or how many bushels of wheat he would produce, and then what the value of that would be. Then we're also going to calculate for soybeans and determine which is our best crop. So some pretty good problems involved in there, using a little bit more difficult measurements for some students. And then we could zoom back out and hit the other problems. I'm going to go back and take a look at another problem completely. So I'm going to go back under lessons, and this time I'm going to look at volume of solids. This one has a student worksheet that could be downloaded as well. Here's just a quick look at it. It actually asks for surface area and volume of the globe and of different buildings across the world. Then we're going to once again click on this and go to Google Earth. Okay, so if we're trying to find surface area and volume, we can again click on the ruler up here and determine our measurement units. And then if students decide they need the diameter, they can measure across there to get an estimate on the diameter and use that to calculate their problem. The technology standards addressed in this one are the Teacher Standard 1B, which is to engage students in exploring real-world issues and solving authentic problems using digital tools and resources. Another standard that was addressed was Teacher Standard 2A, which is to design or adapt relevant learning experiences that incorporate digital tools and resources to promote student learning and creativity.